Hello and welcome to Modern Self-Protection. I'm Ben Branham, and today we're going to talk about why I'm getting rid of my speed sights, on my M&P at least. So I've been trying to go with these for a long time, and the speed sights are unusual because they're these triangle square things, and you can see in the video how they're not really squared off. They're more triangle, and you're supposed to align the triangles to get the shot to happen. I had them on Glocks for, I don't know, forever, and this was 3 or 4 different Glocks. This is one that I've had, I don't know, I just put together, and I loved them because they just worked great for me. I could see these giant triangles there, and then I aligned the giant triangles, and it all kind of just aligned, and I got my shot, and then I had this little tip on the top to tell me exactly where the shot was going. So I went from Glocks to M&Ps, and Speed Sight didn't make M&P sights for a long time. So then as soon as they did, I bought a sight, and I put them on here, and I've been working on them forever. And I couldn't figure out why. I couldn't figure out how they were regulated and where they hit and what they were doing with different rounds. And I finally figured it out the other day at the range, and this is why I'm getting rid of them. I'm done with them. I can't do this anymore. With the Glock sights, you're supposed to align the little corners of the triangle and then the corners of the triangle. And to me, it all just lined up. The corners of the triangles lined up, and then the tops lined up too. So I didn't have a problem with that. I'm shooting with the M&P, and because I've been programmed for so many years, I line up the top of the sight and the top of the sight, and then I put it in the center. Well, with the M&P, when I aligned the top of the sight and the top of the sight, what I got was it was way low. I was shooting, everything I was hitting was way low. So I just thought, you know, instead of hitting where I'm putting the bullet on the top of the thing, I'm putting it in the center of the dot. So I was trying to make that work, and then I couldn't figure out why that didn't work. Well, I figured it out that the top of the sights are not the same as lining up the triangles on the sights. So if I put a plane up here and just lined up the top of the sights, the triangles on the M&P don't line up. So if I line up the triangles, the sight actually hits a little high when I shoot, and if I line up the top of the sight and the top of the sight, it shoots way low. So I had to pay attention to figure that out. It took me forever to figure that out. But it doesn't work on the M&P series guns. On at least the Glock 19s that I've been running them on forever, and this is probably the 3rd Glock 19 that this set of sights has actually been on. And I've had another set, and I sold the Glock and sold them, but they were always perfect. The top of the sights, whether I lined it just on the top with the points on the top of the rear sight and everything, it was good, or if I looked at the triangles and I saw the points coming together on the sides, it always was just perfect for me, and I didn't have to worry about it. And for me, it was so fast because wherever my eyes lined up, that's where I'd break the sight. And I'm looking through them, and I'm kind of missing it. Now I'm going to this one and going, well, I either have to concentrate and get those triangles to line up, and it's just enough to throw that sight off. So I have to look at the rear triangle and look at the front triangle and get that sight to break off, and then when I do that, I can see that front sight's too high. So it doesn't work for me at all on the M&P. I'm not doing this. I got to look at my sights 3 different ways to figure out where they're aligned. The speed sights are supposed to be just faster and easier. They're not what the M&P for me. So I'm getting rid of those. I'm going back to True Glow sights. These are my favorite sights right now, at least on the M&P. And you know, they're super bright in the front and the back, and they got all the cool stuff. So I bought another set. I'm going to put those on my carry gun. This is just a backup gun I have, and I have those sights on there. And this one had my speed sights and the carry gun on there, and I couldn't figure out why I can't hit targets. Up close, it didn't really matter because at 4 or 5 yards, I'm looking at this distance. 7 maybe there. But when I moved out to 20, 15, 20, it was impossible for me to figure out where things were hitting. And I went to shoot a competition, and they put a plate at 20 yards that was 4 inches. Couldn't hit the darn thing to save my life. I didn't feel that bad because nobody else really hit it, but I was very angry that I couldn't hit the plate because at 20 yards, 4 inches, I should be able to slow down and squeeze the trigger and make the hit every time. Couldn't hit it once out of like 10 times I shot at it. And I just, at the end, I'm just round dumping because you gained like 10 seconds for it, and I'm just like, and just run. Oh, very angry. So it took me a couple months after that to figure out actually what was going on, and that sucks because this is my carry gun. But this is why you need to get out and train and practice, and go to the range and do different things. So if you go to a class or if you go to competition, they'll make you do all these different things that you're not used to. So that's why I'm getting rid of the speed sights. I'm going back to the True Glows, and I bought another set. I'm going to put them on and go from there. Thanks for watching. I'm Ben Branham with Modern Self Protection. You can go to modernselfprotection.com, get tons of great podcasts and videos just like this.